Okay, this is going to be about the character generator, and there's other training videos on the composition, so I hope we're not going to get into that much because we spend a lot of time there. But anyways, I want to talk about scheduling the character generator to come up. Now there's a few settings here that you need to realize that I didn't realize at first. Anyways, this is our on-air channel, channel 1. So the characters for the character generator, the pages available to it, if you hit show here, you'll see that I only have 2 loaded so far. EI logo child and then a timed logo. In other words, I'm not setting it an automatic timing. I'm setting it to come on for a certain amount of time. And so let's take a look at that. So I click on it to activate it, and you'll see on the screen right there that it came up, and it will count down till it removes itself. Now this is done in the character generator software composition. Now the thing I didn't realize at first was that when you schedule characters to come on the screen, like the EI logo or the station logo, that they have to be loaded into the deck. It won't automatically load it. So look at this as a book. This book has to be loaded into the deck for these graphics to be available. So, I mean, that sounds rather straightforward, but it isn't necessarily if this isn't loaded. So if you just take that at face value, you would have, 6 or 7, 7 static graphics available to you, and these would be all time graphics, crawls, or whatever. These would have to be all composed in a group that presents itself here. I call my group Wtjr main. Now, I would never schedule Wtjr main. Wtjr main is what contains these graphics. So you would think, I did, that one graphic would have one name and it would be loaded, from the memory bank into itself and then come up, and then it would go away. But the way it works is that the group has to be loaded and then refreshed, this group. Then it's available to be scheduled, like EI logo child would be available to be scheduled in the log. So anyways, once we got all that out of the way, what you make sure that you assign your default group, then you go into the setup, and you'll notice here, OpenCG preset on startup, C graphics, Wtjr logo, 2020 bridge, Wtjr main. That's the main group. I changed it from the demo now to the main. This only takes effect when you're rebooting. But there's another way to do it, and that's graphics. If I'm rambling, remember I'm just doing this on the fly. I don't have a script. Channel 1, open, and then I've already had it pointed to the graphic files on the C drive, and I created a new folder, and that's where I've been experimenting. But if I loaded one of these, the other pages inside that group would not be available, if you follow. So I'm going to set it on Wtjr main. I'm just opening it now. Now I know it's in here because if you hit show, it's here. And I'm not certain what this local button does, but it's, clicked. So here we are. Okay, so I've got 2 in there. I'm going to put some more. I'd like to put a live text in here, and that would be the majority of it. We would have our logo. Here's the logo, and that would come up once an hour near the top of the hours. But we also play spots, so I mean it's redundant. When you play a spot, the logo is supposed to be your call letters and the city of license, but I mean on that logo it's so small you really don't even know that. But anyways, then the EI logo is supposed to be over the children's programs, and then when we go live, I'll bring it up. That's assuming that we're going live through here. If we're going live through an external router, this isn't going to help because I won't have control of the live feed. That's maybe another reason to consider taking the live feed through the Airserver is if it gives you the ability to put graphics over it during the live show. The nice thing about doing that in Master Control, by the way, versus production, is in Master Control, if I put a live graphic up, it's not in the production recording. And the production recording obviously isn't live after the recording is taking place. So, okay. So, anyways, for this to work, your graphics have to be showing up in here. Okay, so I only got 2 available to me right now. So let's go back out to the on-air screen. Now, the next thing you have to do is you have to go into here, and the only way I could get it to work is by typing it out. So, and again, this window right now is not what's over the air because I've got a distribution amp problem. I need a distribution amp to loop the output of the automation back into itself to get that window to work right. But whatever. I just mentioned that because, you know, when we key a graphic here, it looks like it's going to show up there, but it won't unless you get that set up. You have to look at what's happening if you're going to do it through the server. Only here is where it'll show up. Here. Not on the other screen. So, at least not unless that you have the automation output loop back to itself showing on that input. Not to confuse the issue, but I just wanted to cover that topic. I get a little, it's a little frustrating doing that and not seeing it right on the same screen that you're doing it on. Anyways, these here, you have to set them up manually. Once you know I made them all capital. Once I know the name of my graphic, and you have to go back to your group to synchronize what the name of your graphic is, because you got to know the name. EI logo child. Now I did capitals or lowercase. I don't know why it's showing lowercase because I was doing it all capitals, and that's logo 1. So I guess it likes lowercase, but it worked when I labeled them all capitals. But anyways, we go back here. What I did is I typed in, it doesn't call it up logo 1, then I assign it to the CG, and then the CG name is logo 1. Now this WTJR main shouldn't be loaded, so I'm going to take that out. Okay, because that WTJR main is not a specific page, it's a group of pages that is loaded into channel 1. So here would be your individual pages in the group, so to speak. Okay, so we got all that. I'm glad we're on the same page here, so to speak. All right, now see, I've actually well, we can do a test here. This isn't on the air at the moment, by the way, and I'm going to have to switch to the other screen. So right here, we're going to schedule, and we have to turn on edit. Now you can do this in the pre-scheduling or in the post-scheduling. This is the post-schedule. This is the log that is currently it's playing. I mean, you wouldn't have to do it here, but anyways, I'm going to do like I say, I've been playing around. I'm going to do schedule WTJR logo 1 because we know it's in there. I'm going to turn it on. The mode, start on and off. Okay, I don't know what these values do. I assume it's some kind of transition time or wait time, but like that was already set on the other screen, so I'm not going to change them. So I hit OK. Okay. Now, the WTJR logo 1, as long as it's loaded in the book, should show up on the other screen. And as you see, it's only a spot. So I am going to do a jump here in the log. Remember, this isn't on the air. I'm going to go start, mark start, and I have it marked, although it doesn't track. That's weird. But anyways, you'll notice also these up here, but I'll hit take. And so now that's on the air. But this window didn't change. We have to go back to the other one. There it is. There it is right there. See it? See the CTN logo? It came up. So it actually worked. There it went away. That was a scheduled logo. That wasn't done by anybody pushing any buttons. So we'll go back to the screen. You'll see it over here in the graphic. Now let's take a look. I'm just curious. Let's take a look at a log once. No, I don't know where I'm at here. Well, I mean, I know where I'm at, but I don't know what log I should load. Let's see, today's the 28th, so I'll load the 28th just for kicks and grins. That's the log that's on right now. So if we go over here, we have to turn edit on, I guess. Yeah, same thing. It allows you to do what we were doing on the other screen. Now this is on the log before it's sent to the database. This is the log that allows us to edit. Matter of fact, I really wonder if this software could be put on a different computer, and then you wouldn't have to worry about Xing out of existing events. But anyways, by hitting the other screens, if you X out of any of those, it shuts down over the air. But so yeah, you can enter your logo, Wtjr logo. That doesn't seem to synchronize with what I had. Let's take a look here. That doesn't. Where's our EI at? That doesn't. That's not showing us everything. Maybe it has to be set up here too. Options, playlists, graphics. Maybe it's not refreshed. We'll take that out. It's somewhat refreshed, but I've noticed that sometimes you got to hit refresh for this stuff to work when you, because these are 3 separate programs, and I don't think they're scanning in real time for every update to scan the next program. So let's see, options, tools. I'm just trying to see, well, let's see, probably over here, refresh. Okay. Maybe this has to be X'd out, I don't know. Okay, so we go here, graphics. There it is. Now it's updated. Hit refresh, so I can schedule it, or state, I guess, on. I don't really know what that state. EI logo, start on, end off. This one isn't on a timer, so that should work. So there you go. And then anyways, this automatically saves, but then on this list you got to copy to on air. Now, that's when it's ready. There's no reason to copy future lists to on air until you're done editing them. So, okay, well, I hope that's helpful, and you saw that it actually did work. So we're not going to confuse the issue by going into the composition. I'll probably make a separate video on that to cover that grouping. All right, have a good one.